What up, campers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Wednesday, June 26th to all of you. 9 a.m. here in San Jose, Costa Rica, 11 a.m. in New York, 8 a.m. in Vegas, and I am back in action. Thank you to Drew Martin and Ian Cameron for locking this spot down while I was at the beach for the first time in 2019. Got a little sunshine. Think it was good for my lungs, too. And I'm very happy to be back in action with you. I received a care package from up north that included my Roy Halladay, my Doc Halladay jersey. Feel good, man. Feel good. Roy Halladay, love to you. All right, let's get to work. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat right now. We got Matt Randall. Man, not only does he have the hottest play of the day this show's ever seen, but he's first in the chat, showing hustle. Matt Randall, our guy. Cobra Sports 609, ready to go. There's my guy, Christopher Calmatini. And that's Carlos Peroche and his cheesy balls. I'll get you next week, ready to go. Matt Randall says, oh, Jimmy, Phillies have been winning me big money. Actually, I took a look at what you'd been up to lately with your taint play today. As I took all the, I didn't even take the Sunday night baseball under when it was 1-1. What was it? 2-0 after 8 innings. I was like, well, that was a mistake. Of course, they put up 8 runs in that 9th inning. Bullpens falling apart everywhere you look. Gerard Ryan in the house. We got Ilya Katz, Viper MB, Alex Ramirez in his Spidey play today. Red Girl in the house. Christopher Comentini says, looking tanned and refreshed. I feel good. There's Shadow. Shadow says, still in the hospital, but had to see Jim. Shadow, man, God, Shadow, and your capping has been just unbelievably spectacular. And you've been dealing with all this adversity. Oh, sending love to you, Shadows. Love and strength. Coming in from the hospital. Handing out winners from the hospital is our guy, Shadow. Much love to you. There's Not Flush Allen. Ready to go. Kevin Pine says, repping the taint. Rockstar. Rem Most says, looks like he worked on his stand finally. Chris Postal. Rockstar, thank you. And Chris Postal, thank you for the kind words. Pie Guy, ready to go. Tominer says, Ujiri staying in Toronto. Looks like Kawhi is coming back. I can't see him returning with the big offer. Oh. And looks like Kawhi is coming back. Can't see him returning with the big offers he's getting if Kawhi was leaving. That is interesting. Seems like all these guys in LA have inside information that he's going to the Clippers or he's going to the Lakers. Just letting that go, Tomor. I'm just letting that go. Jeff Joseph says, plate on Saturday, Jimmy. Where are you landing? I have work to do. I have work to do on the Queen's plate, but I promise you I will get that work done, Jeff. TJ, now we got A. Hilly, Drew B, Jeremiah, Melvin Batansis. Ooh, Gucci Goo. Look at that. Gucci Goo says, good morning, all. I joined the chat yesterday evening. Well, welcome to the fam, Gucci Goo. I'm Hunter Angard says, why no tan, Jimmy? Hey, man, this is me in the sun. This is the best I can do, Hunter. Best I can do. Red Girl on that game that just started is on the Washington full game under, right? That game just started 3-4 minutes ago. I let that game go because there is one late WNBA game. We also have 6 afternoon baseball games, 15 baseball games in total. There's Ron Rees. There's Picasso the Prophet. Eric Jones. And Carlos Peroche, yes, that was the first thing I asked about. It's so close to being locked, and it will be locked by the end of the week for sure. It's so close to being locked, but it's happening. We're just waiting just to confirm the hotel. There's DJ Big Boss in the house. Shadow says, all good, 2-1 yesterday. 6-0 in CFL so far. I am, 3-2 in CFL so far, but I'll take it. I've lost 3 straight in WNBA, so I'm 4-4 in WNBA. There's Wampy. There's Elliot V, Sean Glass, and America. Of course we're on, and America. We need you. Oh, wow. Melvin Batten says, no, it starts at 12 p.m. Why did I think it started at 10? Let me just see. Sorry, my fault. Let me get to WNBA. You're absolutely right. It does start at noon, Mystic Sky. Wow, okay. So we will definitely talk about Mystic Sky. So Interesting. So, Red Girl, what did Red Girl say? I thought that game was already on. Red Girl says that she is on the under. Where is it? Sorry, you guys. It'll just take a quick second. Washington full game under 164.5, and it has dropped a half point. Mystic Sky. Mystics playing well as we expected them to, and the Sky better than we expected. Interesting. Okay. Let me just jot that note down. Here we go. And then we have the Sun Wings at night. All right. Mystics full game under from Red Girl, 164.5 from Red Girl. Okay. Well, we've got afternoon baseball. We got lots of work to do. We have DJ Big Boss coming through on the show today. Who knows where he's coming from? No idea. That will be in 30 minutes. And then 15 minutes after that, we'll have Drew Martin ready to get to work. Russell Gordy in the house. Russell Gordy. Elliot V says, I cashed big on Korean Zombie, which Parlay Poppy went against KO in the first round. Hope he's a fan of him and my MMA capping skills. Nice work. Nice work. And America, it was great. Mr. Spectacular in the house. What a great group. What a great group. Gucci Goo. We have a new, I love it. Bookie Lover Q ready to go 7-2 yesterday. Nice work, Bookie Lover Q. Thank you, Doug Barnhouse, my guy. All right, let's get to work. Remo says Robot Bobano didn't look at the champ once. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Everybody does it different, man. Everybody does it different. Poppy Longwood said, Jimmy, missed you, my guy. I thought they got rid of you too. Hey, you never know when that's going to be, but it's not yet. Not yet. Art Hayes ready to go. Okay, we got Bada Boom. Okay, let's get to it. Oh, and Melvin Batanz is on Washington first half -3 and full game -4.5. That's a good look on the full game because it's at 6, I believe, right now. Okay, I'm going to copy that right into Red Girl. Here we go. All right. Let's get it. Let's get it. Dogs are biting. Dogs are biting. Stay woke. Put 300. He's going to put 300 on Texas. I hear a lot of guys wanting to fade Mike Minor on the road, which is a scary, scary situation. Coco Bongo says Jamaica screwed up my plus 1,500 parlay in injury time burns. Yeah, I was surprised by that. And Canada's not playing Costa Rica on Friday. They're playing Mexico instead. So that the opportunity for me to stroll into a Costa Rican bar and act like an asshole in my Canada jersey is gone. And you could act like an asshole because we'd probably lose the game. Okay, let's get to work. The Dawn ready to go. Yellow Jesus ready to go. DJ Big Boss says his mirror to me look like he drained well on vacation. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's get to work. Let's get to work. My guy Canadian Capper 72. My guy Coco Bongo. Coco Bongo, I followed you on Twitter. All right. Galloway Fam. Galloway Fam in the house says Texas #1 scoring first inning around 7%. Bookie Lover Q says no way I'm back in the draw. Okay, well, let's get to work. Let's start with the 3 early afternoon games, or 3 early games and the 3 later afternoon games, and then we'll break down that final 9 games. We're also going to have Big Boss. Big Boss wants to talk about these 2 California games, so I might just skip them. I'll just skip them. The Padres, Orioles, and then the Giants game. I'll just skip them. We'll let Big Boss break those games down, so then we'll move on. So that's how we'll do it, and then we'll see what Drew Martin wants to do. Jeff Joseph said, Jimmy, props to Anthony yesterday who killed it. Had only winners, including Seattle. Man, when I saw what's his name? The guy that Zach Davies get touched again. I was like, oh, Al's making money today. Loves fading that guy. There's Ray Williams in the house. Drew Daddy says, can Babano be your co-host, Jimmy? I will bring that up. I will bring that up. There's Will Rosa ready to get to work. All right, let's go. But before we get to work, I have to be honest about the horror show that was my Friday before I left. I opened Friday up with 7 straight losers. 2 team totals for over 4.5 that only got to 4. 4 after 5 innings and didn't get me the last round. Then I hit 4 straight late and then lost the Dodgers, Rockies over. So a horrible 4-8 day on Friday to make my record look even worse. Rafa, can you pop up the MLB record so we can get past it and move on? Because it's ugly. It's ugly again. God. All right. Let's move on. Let's get to work. We have lineups. We have markets. Let's hammer them right now. We have the opening lineups for the first 3 afternoon games. Let's get after it. Money lines and totals here at sportsbookreview.com. SBR odds. We're going with Ronaldo Lopez against Chris Sale. Sale and the Red Sox open up at -320. They're now at -350. Who in their right mind would back Sale at -350? That's just ludicrous. Total opens up at 9.5. It's now at 9. I'm one of those guys who's believed in Ronaldo Lopez, which is so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Thank you, Elliot V. Thank you. Oh, and Barham Dog Jennings says, be careful, man. I'm from Detroit. This is not a joke. Oh, what's going on? What am I missing? Oh, Matt Reynolds is spending the next 2 days in the D. Will be at Camara Park tomorrow. We'll be at PGA Tour Friday.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Please get out of. Oh God, this is the first time you've ever touched me, and it really feels uncomfortable. Wow.
Goodbye.
That's the first time he's ever touched me, and he came in for a whole hug during the show. That's fucked up. That's not normal. All right, let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. Hard to. Thank you, EJV. LEV says, White Sox super live dog. I agree. Jeff Joe said, Argos got killed and will not win in Saskatchewan. Yeah, I'm looking forward to talk about CFL. Okay, let's get to work here. Let's get past that horror show, that morning horror show. I mean, I didn't even know he was in the office yet. Okay, White Sox lineup. Garcia, Moncada, Abreu, McCann, Jimenez, John Jay at DH. Rondon at second, Cordell at center field, Tilson in right field. For the Red Sox, we got Betts, Devers, Bogarts, Martinez, Bradley Jr., Chavez, Hernandez, Nunez, and Leon. That's not a good-looking lineup for them. JC Alvarez says, the hug of death. Coco Bongo said, at least he didn't try a reach around. These are very, very sage points by you guys. Okay. Hunter Engerhart likes White Sox first half plus a half. And Pie Guy says fade Argos in Saskatchewan always. I agree with that. Okay, let's break this down. 76 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 6 miles per hour in. Lopez, 4-7, 6.23 ERA, 1.56 whip, 5.7 whip. The guy just throws fastballs, and he gets touched. But I still like him, which is probably a mistake. Gerardo Hernandez in the house. Greatest ever says WNBA 12. What's the play? We are going to talk about that. We have got a couple plays coming in. Okay. Christopher Comentini saying White Sox team total over. Tomino says White Sox team total at 2.5 looks low, but minus 150, too much juice. I agree with that. Let's take a look at what it is at Pinnacle here. Here we go. Let's see what Pinnacle is offering. Yeah, 2.5 does look juicy. Now, Sale always seems to step up when he pitches against his old team. All right, team totals. Let's see what we're getting with the White Sox here. 2.5 and minus 153. Oh, we got some stuff coming in. Mystics are championship or bust this year. They're focused. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste this. Thank you, Tomar. Copy and paste that. Bring it up when we talk about the WNBA before we bounce out of this show. Okay, copy and paste. Done. There's Dave LA in the house. And Joseph Gomez saying separation starting from the good teams and the average teams. Okay. White Sox rating 266, 734 OPS versus lefties. Right. Red Sox hit righties hard. 272, 812 OPS. Red Sox going for the sweep. Boston's won 5 of 6 against the White Sox this year. And then this is that strange getaway day for the Red Sox as they go over to London to play the Yankees after this. Sale beat Chicago last month, 6 scoreless. 3 hits, struck out 10. Also, there's not going to be Anderson, right? Tim Anderson hurt himself in the last game. There's Atlas Party ready to go. Stay Woke says, who should I put 300 on? Let's figure this out. Oh, and look at DJ Big Boss, special low bag LA event tonight. Red carpet premiere of our own Julian Cesario movie, The Refuge, at the Egyptian Theater on Hollywood Boulevard. Man, I wish I was there. Go check that out. Our guy, Julian Cesario, low baggers in Stay One, starring in a movie. And the premiere is tonight. Man, check it out. That's dope. Lamont Williams says, my max bet Orioles first 5 money line and the money line. Lamont, I like that. Well, I like the first 5. I think I'm going to roll with the first 5 against Strom. I'm a little hesitant to take full game, or maybe very hesitant. Okay. All right. Thank you for giving that shout out, DJ Big Boss. Okay. So Lopez looked pretty good against the Rangers in that last game. That was on Friday, right? So that was another spot where I had the over and I did not get there. It only got to 9 runs. But there was, it was the Rangers team total over, and the Rangers get 3 runs in the first 2 innings and get stuck at 4. But he settled down, so he allows 3 runs on 2 homers in the first 2 innings, settles down, pitches 3 1/3 scoreless the rest of the way in a no decision. Lopez faced Boston twice in his career, and he beat Sale on May 3rd. But he was tagged for 6 runs, 8 hits, and 5 innings. He didn't pitch very well there. There's our guy, Raul Porwando, says, sorry, I haven't posted, driving to work. Raul Porwando, drive safe, do your thing. When you get to work, hook us up with the goods. Mr. Spectacular says, last time the White Sox were 300 dogs this season, they beat Houston. It's a White Sox or nobody play, and I don't know if I can make the move on the White Sox. I don't. I just I don't know if I can make the move on the White Sox. Clearly, there's not a chance I will touch the Red Sox. So that's what's going on. Okay, let's keep rolling along. Blue Jays at Yankees. Blue Jays at Yankees. Thornton, Paxton. I'm liking Thornton on the road. And Paxton, even though he's been good on the road, he's just, since he came back from the IL, it's been Jekyll and Hyde sort of thing. Yankees opened up at minus 250. There's been a 7-cent move towards the Jays. His total still at 10. Still at 10. Buzzo TV says Yankees versus Jays over. Laurent Williams says Matt Randall, what's the play? We got to give Matt Randall all the time he needs. Zach Gaming, yes, Pete Alonso should be in the All-Star game, but they screw over kids. They screw over rookies year in and year out. But yes, he should definitely be in the All-Star game. LEV says White Sox pure value play. I agree. So how are you going to handle it, LEV? You going to take him first 5, full game? BetSports 24/7 says no reason Tigers should be favored in this spot with Boyd on the mound. Max, Texas money line, going to hammer today. Wow. Pie Guy, Jays plus 1.5. Thornton playing well, and the boys hit for him. They are playing well right now. The Jays are playing better than better than they played all year long, I guess we could say. Baron Mitchell saying Mets first 5. We're going to talk about that. And Elliot V saying Big Maple overrated. And Russell Gordy says fade all 3 first 5 big faves. That's a good look, Russell Gordy. If one of them cashes, you're in profit town. I like that look. Well, let's see. Okay, if we did what Russell Gordy's talking about, let's see what we'd get first 5 on the White Sox here. First 5. If we pulled off Russell's play here, wow, you get one winner and you're paid huge. So first 5 is plus 280 for the White Sox. CT Base says, I like the Royals. First 5 is a big dog. Okay, so then if you took the Jays first 5 and stayed with this, you're getting a plus 241 at Bookmaker. Wow, what an interesting idea, Russell. All right, let's see what these lineups, because we don't expect Giancarlo to be in this lineup. Is he in the lineup? He is not. Okay, for the Jays, Biggio, Guerrero Jr., Gurriel, Grichuk, Tellez, Hernandez, Galvis, Drury, Jansen. For the Yankees, LeMahieu, Judge, Sanchez, Voit, Encarnacion, Gregorius, Hicks, Torres, Gardner. Wow. All right, still the big backs. There's Joe Anisi ready to get to work. Okay. A Yankees playing full lineup. Not really, Chris Kaiser. We just read it out. So everybody but Stanton. Jays, Yankees, and they DFA'd Kendrys Morales. Whatever it is. Oh, but there was no Encarnacion, right? Sorry. Yeah, no, he's batting 58. Okay, sorry, my fault. Okay. Wow, Triple K Marine, a 10-cent superfecta for 700 at Gulfstream. Oh, man, that feels good. Great job. Daryl Lyles on A's plus 1F, Reds plus 1F. We're going to get to... Okay, I got to speed up the pace a little bit. All right, 83 Fahrenheit, clear, 4 miles per hour, out to center. Thornton, 2-5, 4.25 ERA, 1.40 whip. Paxton, 5-3, 3.75 ERA. So Jays rating... Oh, that can't be right. That against lefties, it's got to be better than that. I must have... Sorry, Oh, that's the Jays. But that batting average has got to be wrong. Sorry. I've got too high of an average for them. I did this too early this morning. 660 OPS is true. But I do not believe it. The Yankees are hitting 265, 821 OPS versus righties. Yankees own the Major League record, 28 straight game with a homer and 10-1 in their past 11. We had that off the top graphic. Stanton not in the lineup. Paxton will attempt to win his 3rd straight start. So he pitches against the White Sox and Astros. 3 runs, 13 hits, 14 strikeouts, 11 innings. Looks okay. Looks good. But 2 outings before that, 0-1 with a 7.15 ERA. Those are the 3 starts following the left knee inflammation. And remember, that first start was great. It was the next 2 that were bad. Paxton faced the Blue Jays 3 weeks ago in Toronto and looked bad. 3 earned runs, 4 runs total, and 4 2/3. He has a 4.69 ERA, and that includes the no-hitter, and that's against the Jays. Yanks guy says Yanks Boston parlay minus 130, no-brainer. Wow, and Russell Gordy saying Bauer should never be minus 220. Buzzo TV said, I really love the Yanks Jays over. Play it. It's easy money. A. says Thornton's been lights out in day games. 0.79 ERA in 4 games. Yeah, I'm starting to really like that curveball that he's got. Tormino says Yankees lineup has far more power to take advantage of this hitter's park. Wow. Okay. And Tormino says Thornton's been much better on the road. The Yankees lineup is much better, though. Both these plays, both these early games, it's White Sox, Jays, or nothing. Old Mill JV, I'm looking forward to talk Texas Detroit because, in all honesty, my first thought early this morning was to back the Tigers in the first 5, with their ace on the mound. We'll get to that game and talk about it. Dave Paddock, ready to rock and roll. Much love to you, Dave Paddock. Thank you for joining us. So the only play here I'm starting to like what Russell Gordy's thinking, taking these. I mean, Sale just always pitches the White Sox tough, but the Jays' first 5 is interesting. All right, and then we have Royals Indians. Junis versus Bauer. Wow, what an interesting idea. I can't stop thinking about what Russell's thinking. All you need is 1 and you're paid. And if it's either the Jays or the White Sox, you're already in profit. Wow. All right, Junis Bauer. Bauer opens up at minus. Oh, sorry, is that first 5? Sorry, my fault. Let's go to money lines and totals here. Bauer, Junis. The Indians opening up at minus 200. There's been an 8-cent move towards them. This total opens up at 9. It's now at 8.5. Bookmakers still hanging the 9, but all the other books have gone down to 8.5. There's Astute Chaos. There's a Neil Frank in the house. Love it. Russell Gordon says under in early games, Gents Vegas set totals too high. Grim Reaper ready to go. Love it. All right. Let's talk about this Royals Indian spot. Junis has looked much better. Thanks, JB, rocking a Roy Halladay jersey, which I love very much. There's Keems the man. Love it. Off day. Red Sox under first 5. God. You can almost take these guys plus a half, but you don't want to turn them into. Grim Reaper says, but I've been killing it. Seattle on the over again yesterday. 9-2 last 11 days. Love hearing that. Canadian Capper says parlay all 3, get plus 3,000. Nufflush Allen says, Dan, I have some really good numbers on a few teams. I will share them this afternoon. Like I said on Friday, that lineup would produce runs for the Giants and ended up 11-5. You did, and it saved me. Stu Cat says, if I took my leans yesterday, I would have went 4-3. Okay, well, let's take your leans today. Junis, 4-6, 5.18 ERA, but he's allowed 2 runs in each of his past 3 starts. He's looked better. No decision in his last start against Cleveland. 5 runs, 8 hits. It wasn't very good. He's a 5.87 ERA in 7 career appearances against the Indians. Oh, Atlas Party says Cleveland killed my 19 parlay last night. Yes, and Cleveland can't go back to Brad Hand, so he's going to be off, and they're not playing tomorrow, so he's got 2 days off. Brad Hand had saved all 22, had 22 straight saves until that screw up last night. Bauer, 5-6, 3.69 ERA, 5 runs, 10 hits, and 4+, and no decision versus Detroit Tigers on Friday. Hunter Engelhardt says, I like the idea of taking all 3 first half money line. I'm taking all 3 min bet each. I like this idea too. And I really like the Orioles first 5 against Strom. Wow. I like this idea too, but do I have the balls to make the move? Well, we got some time. Tomino says you can't bet money long term at minus 200. I agree. Matt Randall says, Jimmy, let's do a live show next time you come to Detroit. I can get us a great spot set up at a Hockey Town Cafe, specials, deals, and lots of dates. Matt Randall, I love Detroit, one of my favorite cities in North America, easily. I love it so much. And Green Dot Stables, my favorite place to go have lunch. So, man, I'm in. I'm absolutely in. Okay. Neil Frank says, hard to trust Ronaldo Lopez here. He could go 4 scoreless and give up 5 runs in the 5th. Also, Tim Anderson out with a sprained ankle. That hurts. Lamont Williams says, me too, Jimmy. Oh, you liking the whole move too? Taking all the dogs? Is that it? Yeah, and Canadian Capper says the 3 early games, dogs, first 5. Wow. Okay, I'm not going to do this. I just want to see what we'd get if we just took them at the plus a half. And I'm not saying, I don't want to pussy my way out of this. But if you did it with the White Sox, you'd still get plus 175, plus 180. If you did it with the Jays, you'd still get plus 160. And if you did it with the Royals, you'd still get plus 120. But that doesn't make sense. I'm with you guys. You have to get the score. Wow. Bookie Lover Q says, love the D. Used to live 14 mile in the burbs. Oh, I absolutely love Absolutely love. And Comerica and downtown Detroit. And oh, man. Yeah, love it. A. Haley says Yanks Jays first 5 under looks interesting with both Paxton and Thornton having success in day games. Wow, I think we go with Russell Gordy on this. So Orioles Padres is going to be a game that Big Boss is going to break down. Orioles Padres. And it's another spot that I like the dog on the first 5. It's just a very small dog. Chris Postal saying fade Indians today. I love seeing that. And the Don saying Brewers and Indians kill a lot of the parlays yesterday. JB saying lock of the day, take the Rangers. We're going to get, so Diamondbacks, Dodgers here is not one that Big Boss wants to talk about. So Big Boss wants that Giants-Rocky spot with Marquez Samardzija. So we're going to let Big Boss talk about those 2 games. Orioles, Padres, and Rockies, Giants. So let's talk about this Dodgers-Diamondbacks spot. I think I'm making the move with Russell Gordy. I'm finding it just too appealing here. I'm finding it just too appealing. Wow. All the dogs in the morning. What do you guys think of making it plus a half? Is that too safe? Russell Gordy liking Baltimore first 5 in full game. I don't know if I have the balls to go full game. Russell Gordy says, Matt, hell yeah, Hockey Town. Wow. Jimmy said Green Dot. Wow. Sliders, my hometown. Russell Gordy, your hometown? I absolutely love Detroit. What a city, and it's coming back. And love being downtown, love the energy there. We go down for opening day in Detroit, because opening day in Toronto, nobody cares. Opening day in Detroit is a holiday. Drinking on the streets, pointing at cops, laughing, no fights. Okay. And there, Robbie Top says, I like Tigers. And Russell Gordy says, yes, full game. I like Baltimore. Okay. Frankie Martinez says, anything on WNBA? Yes, there's some stuff. We're going to talk about it near the end of the show. But yes, right now, Red Girl liking the under. We have, man, I didn't write that. I only typed the play. A lot of people backing the Mystics here. And that's it. Just people backing the Mystics and people backing the under at this point. We'll talk more about it, Robert Haywood. We're going to talk about that game. Frankie Martinez, Robert Haywood, we're going to. Oh, Russell Gordy, I would love that. Sliders, not only sliders, but we get to drink mint juleps while we eat sliders. It's heaven. Cheryl Cardwell, that is so sweet of you to say. I am so happy to be back. Jonathan Suchi, ready to go. Love it. But CT Base says Royals first 5 is my favorite one. Bauer's the most likely to get hit. I like it. I'm with you guys. I think this is a play. This is a play that I can go down with. And the Orioles first 5, I'm going to add to it. I'm going to take all 4 of those dogs first 5. Let's see what we want to do with the Dodgers. Thank you, Holy Bull Speed. Let's see what we want to do with the Dodgers Diamondback spot here. Diamondbacks, Dodgers. We're going to go full game here. Sorry, money lines and totals. Let's see what we get here. And then we'll talk about a few of the later games because we're going to be joined Big Boss from somewhere. Who knows? Who knows where he's coming from in 7 minutes. So it's Gonsolin against Clark. So Gonsolin, I looked up this morning, 25 years old. He was their pitcher, minor league pitcher of the year for the Dodgers last year. And I watched a couple interviews. He seems like a decent guy. The Dodgers opening up at minus 140. It's a 1 cent move towards him. The total's at 10. Clark does not look nearly as good. Gonsolin, AAA, Oklahoma City in the PCL. So this is when we have pitchers coming out of the PCL and their ERAs under 5, we're like, oh, look out for this guy. Gonsolin, 2.77 ERA, 1.27 whip. Now, Oklahoma City might be a little easier than the West Coast teams, but still, that is impressive. Taylor Clark, so 1.27 whip, 31 Ks in 26 innings. So he's in the PCL league and he's allowed 1 home run in 26 innings. Now he had an oblique injury. Who knows? He could have made the roster out of spring training, but he had an oblique injury early, and so he's been on the shelf for the last little while. Okay, Taylor Clark, 1-3, 6.48 ERA. I just don't trust him. Now, we know that lineup-wise, there's not going to be, and then again, you might want to wait till the lineup comes out, because this lineup is not going to have a couple studs like Justin Turner. Let's see if this lineup is out yet, and I don't expect it to be. Baltimore's lineup is out, though. Alberto, Mancini, Nunez, Severino, Santander, VR, Davis, Wilkerson, Martin. I'm in. I'm in with the plan. Oh, and I never said the Royals-Indians lineup. Merrifield, Lopez, Cuthbert, Dozier, Soler, Duda, Arteaga, Gallagher, Hamilton. And for the Indians, Lindor, Mercado, Santana, Kipnis, Ramirez, Bowers, Bradley, Perez, Naquin. I'm in with this idea. Russell Gordon says, is the roof open in Arizona? It was not out yet, but I think it is going to be. I expect the roof to be open. They've been opening it a lot more of late. Dave LA's picks are in. Phillies -1. Orioles first 5 money line. Cubs first 5 team total over 2.5 plus 100. Rockies first 5 run line. Nationals Marlins no runs in the first inning. Dave, thank you so much for sharing that with us. That's a copy and paster. Elliott V Atlanta money line. Texas money line parlay. Look at Dave LA's action here. And Lamont Williams max bet. Orioles first 5. Wow, everybody liking Bundy and the Orioles early. Should get on that before that market moves. Okay, so Taylor Clark's looked bad. He's completed just 5 innings just once in his past 5 starts. So the only thing I would... Oh, and the D-backs are going to get Jake Lamb back, but he's not going to be rolling. Ketel Marte's a beast. I would like to take Gonsolin. I like him. I would like to take Gonsolin and the Dodgers here. And I think that if by the end of the show at least... As soon as they put out the lineup, I think that I have a feeling like we'll get a little bit of a better number on the Dodgers. I did not hear that, Bookie Lover Q, but I will look into that. I did not hear that. Grab that, copy and paste there. Red Girl says wearing Philly will get you shot, Jimmy. Okay, I'm sorry, Red Girl. I will not wear Phillies gear because that's who's going to be there for that Friday nighter when we're in Miami. It's Phillies Marlins. Oh, and then Neil Frank says Chase Field website says roof is closed today. Wow. Oh, that's so funny, Don Ricci. That's so sweet. What a sweet family you have. Grandson 3 and 5 years old running around singing Jimmy the Bag. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, the Taint play today is in. The Taint. Oh, there's Big Ragu in the house. Taint play today is in, and Rod Zawacki's plays are in as well. Okay, copy and paste all of these. Taint play today, Tampa Bay, Minnesota under 9. I think Morton's going to have a nice start here, but I'm more in the mood to back Morton in the Rays and fade Odorizzi. I'm interested that Dave LA's not fading Odorizzi. Maybe he doesn't want to go back to the well. He did it so beautifully last start of Odorizzi's when the Royals took him out. Interesting that Dave LA's not on it. So Russell Gordy, no, we've been told that the roof is closed. The roof is closed. DJ Big Boss says you didn't see Red Girl tweet yesterday, Jimmy. I did not. I've been out. I needed just, a little refresher. Well, I want the Dodgers. And I wonder if I could get much more. Oh, and so Rod Zawacki's plays too. Rockies money line, Texas money line, Braves money line, Dodgers money line, Yankees. Tom Ricci. That's so funny. What a sweet fam. What a sweet fam you have. Okay. I want it back to Dodgers. Do you think it's worth waiting right now for the lineups to be announced? It's when they see no Justin Turner, maybe it moves a bit. Or maybe this is a setup. Okay, well, I'm going to take, before the show ends, I'm going to back the Dodgers. So we will wait. LAV said, that's my girl. Yes, I feel better on Texas now that you got them too. And that's Red Girl on Texas money line. And Russell Gordy says, roof closed under in Arizona. Randall, I love it. Boogie Lover Q says, Rays are not hitting, Jimmy. They aren't hitting. They aren't hitting. So maybe the under is the best play to do. Best place to go. Oh, wow. Rem Most. Today is the first day I tell the team play today. Rem Most. Really? Well, why don't we go right to that? We have Rockies, Giants. We know that Big Boss is going to talk about that. We have the Mets, Phillies, Rangers, Tigers. We got big games still to talk about. Let's just go in order at this point. Yeah, I think Matt Randall is on to a nice thing. I'll taint. I'll tail taint. I'll tail taint. Why don't we talk about that game right now? We'll talk about the taint play today here. Morton, Odorizzi. Total still at 9. It was originally juiced to the over at minus 120. It's now juiced to the under. That leads me to believe that this could end up at 8.5. So I'm going to make 2 moves on this game. Let me just get to my notes here. Sorry, here we go. God, a lot of games here. All right. Okay, here we go. So Rays still 25-16 on the road. They're not playing well. They're 2-6 with 2 games remaining on this 10-game road trip. 10-14 this month. And who talked about this weeks ago was Dom Ricci, saying, watch these Rays slip during this run. No days off, road trips, tough road trips. He was the one who let us in on this. They opened this road trip a game and a half ahead of New York. They're now 6 games back. But Morton has lost the Rays have lost Morton's last 2 starts. He's gone 0-1, 5 runs over 12 in the 3rd innings. I guess it's a vividness bias, the reason why I trust Morton. I just trust him. 2-0 with a 4.58 ERA and 3 career starts against the Twins. Odorizzi 1-0 with a 4.35 ERA and 2 starts against the Rays. Thank you, Farshad, my guy. And Dave L.A. says, do this. Take the Indians to win the Central plus 1,000. I did it on Monday for 50 to win 500. They're getting healthy and so much baseball left. Thank me later. I think that's a great, great, great call, Dave. I think that's an absolutely great call that you're making there. And Dave said that on his original post. He said he was going to wait to get the right spot. That's a great spot. I absolutely think that's an excellent, excellent idea. Thank you for sharing that with everybody. That's been copied and pasted. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 things here. I think Charlie Morton has a good start for these guys, but maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just stick with the under. Red Girls, Twins, first 5 under. But the bullpens let's take a quick look at what these bullpens have been doing here. All right, we're going to go to this Twinkies, Rays bullpen spot. Here we go. Clicking on the head-to-head. This is on Sportsbook Review. Let's take a look at what the bullpen pitching stats are. Wow, because Tampa has look at the whip. Tampa's bullpen is good. It's just the Twins bullpen may not be a bullpen we want to trust. That's about it. Yeah, I hear you, Hunter. I'm not going to. Odorizzi seems to step up against his former team. I'd lean under. And Bookie Lover Q says, and Rays are fighting to leave Tampa immediately. Lots of distractions, bullpen injuries in Rays right now. Farsha says, okay, and Big Roo says yesterday said Arrieta will give it runs for Mets. Pavetta will do the same. Mets team total over, book it. Great job, Ragu. All right, I'm going to go with you guys. And I'm going to double up. And it's just because I think I like that first 5 under a little better. But I want to roll with Taint. I've been gone for a minute. So I'm going to do that right now. So let's go to totals. Let's go to totals here in Tampa, Minnesota. So full game under 9 at minus 110. That's available at Pinnacle, 5 times, Bookmaker, a bunch of different spots. So full game under 9 at minus 110. And then for the first 5 right here, and then we're going to bring in DJ Big Boss. Wow, Pinnacle's already moved it to a 4.5. That's a sign. Get on these 5s while you can. 5 at minus 115 is the best line out there. That is available at 5 dimes. Under 5 minus 115. Dave LA saying the total is set high for a reason. It's a warm day in Minnesota. Okay, yeah. Dave LA is not jumping on it with us. Neither is Keem, so that concerns me a bit. Bookie Lover Q talking about the injuries in the bullpen. Yes, but I'm going to go with the Taint play. Oh, and now Dave LA is leaning Twins team total over. That concerns me. But what's done is done. If I get too concerned, maybe I won't bet one of them, but I plan to bet on both of them. That concerns me, Dave LA, but thank you for the heads up. All right. Okay, we have to decide whether we're going to jump on these first 5 dogs that seem very appealing. Maurice Hooker says Texas and Detroit under. We will talk about that game with Drew Martin. But now, let's bring in our guy. I missed him on Monday. So happy that he's joining me on my first show back in action. We have DJ Big Boss representing Long Beach, California in the house. How you doing on this Wednesday morning, Big Boss?
What up, dog, Jimmy? I don't know if I should be happy or sad right now, man. They call it a graduation commencement, but basically, I'm getting kicked out of the school, Jimmy. I've been right here at this university for 11 years collecting financial aid. Now they try to toss me out the building with this little graduation stuff. And then they're going to probably turn around and start charging me this old financial aid stuff. I'm disgusted with this. Plus, they put me in the middle of these two this little let me give y'all a little bit of this little love affair right here. We got my guy Frank over here. This guy Frank, this guy, whatever guy, that guy Frank, man, right there. You see this guy over here. Frank owes me $200, man, and then he owes me $200 because he had me slip the Plan B pill in a nice fruit smoothie to Rebecca back there. Just so he won't get caught up and he can make it to his dreams and aspirations. But I've been practicing a little speech, Jimmy. I don't know. I gotta tell the truth when I get up there. I've been here 11 years. They gotta give me at least 2 minutes. First of all, I want to shout out all the students who exchange drugs for homework. Then I like to thank all the teachers who participated in my stolen good project. I also like to shout out the student store for the nice blind spot in the back by the water fountain. And I like to shout out all my supporters who donated on my GoFundMe for the past 4 years. And I like to say a big financial aid for trying to get me after this. Does that sound good, Jimmy?
Sounds good, man. Frankie won't take his eyes off you, though. Frankie's watching you like a hawk, man. Just staring lasers into the back of your head, man. Frankie's none too happy, man. But we're all proud of you, big boss. Graduating, whether it took you 4 years or 11 years, is a big deal. Congratulations.
Hey, Frankie better shut up, man. Frankie owes me money. You know what I'm saying? Frankie owes me money. He was gonna be in real trouble if he would have had that little baby right now, sucker. Yeah, but it's gonna be all capping for me and my little McDonald's job. I'm probably gonna have to bounce around jobs so financial aid don't catch up with me because I'm not paying that shit back, Jimmy. So I'm gonna start today in this San Diego and Baltimore game right here. Stram versus Bundy. We all know Stram is a bum. He lived up to all the bum stuff he can live up to. Stram OBP 313, Bundy OBP 314. Both of them coming out some islands where they gave up some runs, nothing major. But Bundy has been pitching to the under. He's in his last three, it's two unders and a push. Now Stram, he's all the way to the over in all of his outings that he's been out. So my main three looks on this one is San Diego is 5-3 in interleague play. Baltimore is 2-4 in interleague play. San Diego's hitting the best on the road at .314, and San Diego's looking to get back in the winning thing. They just come off a little win. They caught a couple losses. Here they got an opportunity right here for a 2-game sweep. They're on the winning side. They're trying hard. I like to back teams that are in position to play better and play harder. And, they right there fighting for they at 500 spot. They're a little below right now, but this is one they got to get out there and win. So I'm taking San Diego. They're giving me a nice price. I seen last night mine is 126 at Heritage. What you think about that?
I mean, the Padres are just a much, much better team than the Orioles. We know that. But I feel like Bundy can step up in this spot, and Strom's just looked terrible. But I would never take Baltimore full game. So I understand why anyone would take Padres full game. We wanted to hear your breakdown here. Strom has allowed 2 home runs in each of his last 5 starts, 12.08 ERA in June. In Bundy's June, it's not great. 4.64 ERA, 1.45 whip. But if you look a little closer, he's pitched at Texas, at Houston, and at Seattle, and then home to the Red Sox. Those are 4 tough spots. And because of this, I'm going to take the Orioles first 5. And this market's gone down. Like, if I had done it when we first started talking about it 10 minutes ago, I would have got a better line. But I'm getting plus 102 right now, and I'm going to take it. Orioles first 5 plus 102. And you are locking in Padres full game?
Yeah, it's kind of a contrarian play too. Like I don't like backing Strom in this one versus Bundy. On paper, it just looks like a automatic that Baltimore has a chance in this one. But I'm just riding on the winning side. When you find teams that's trying to do the right thing, you got to stand behind them. And here's a spot where I can get them at -126. So I'm jumping on that. But then this one's a little more complicated. I went over here to the Colorado and San Francisco game. Now, this is going to be an early game for San Francisco. Lots of humidity, lots of wind, and all that stuff in the daytime down there in San Francisco. But both of these teams are they kind of lopsided on their stats. So San Francisco bullpen is number 6, and then Colorado's bullpen is 18. Then you look on the batting side. Colorado's number 2, San Francisco's 30. So we got a lot of volatility in here with different mismatches. Then we got Marquez versus Samardzija. Now Notre Dame Samardzija. I like the back Samardzija, even though he has a horrible record. He's 4-6. I think I might have got him like three out of those 4 wins right there. I was on the right side with Samardzija, but he's an up and down player, got a lot to do with his background, and his approach towards the game. Now, Marquez, on the other hand, he's locked down 7-3, 1-0 in his last start, OBP .298, went 8 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs last out. Before that, he went 5 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs. Then he went 6 hits. Before that, 6 innings, 5 hits, and 4 runs. So he shows a lot of volatility. Even though he's got a decent record, he still gives up a lot of runs here and there. In those same last 3, in the first 5, he gave up 2, 4, and 4. So he's giving up 2 and 4 in the first 5. Samardzija, he gets touched all the time early. He might hold it down for a little while, but before the 5 innings is up, he usually gets touched. So the line movement on this one has got me looking too. The line movement it opened at 8 in the last 2 games. It opened at 8. It went down to 7.5. On the first game, I was on the over. It went under. Came back again, went under again. This is the third one that's already leaning over because it opened at 8, went down to 7.5. I don't know what it's at now. So the bookies is telling you that it should be 8. And the people are betting it down to 7.5. They won twice. This is a bookie game right here. It's kind of a roulette play right here when you look at the over situation right here. So I think a lot of volatility. Bookies trying to get their money back. The play on this one is the over 7.5. It's got it at -110 at Heritage.
Yeah, interesting. They both are coming off nice starts against the opposition. So Marquez has that 1-hit shutout April 14th, 3 days earlier. I mean, I guess that's April 14th too. That's months ago. So, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I guess that's long enough ago. Samardzija is a guy I don't trust, but he looked good in that start against the Rockies at home. 3.71 ERA in 18 games, including 14 starts. Eric Jones on the under. Russell Gordy says, told the chat, West Coast games go under, especially early games, Snorefest. Elliot V says Rocks win. I can understand your move. I can understand feeling that Samardzija is susceptible. If I was going to make a move, I'd lean Rockies, but they just don't seem to step up in these situations. Right now, they're getting very little productivity from McMahon, from some of these guys that they were getting productivity from before. Tormino says Rockies are dealing with injuries. Story out. Blackman doesn't look good, fully healthy. It doesn't look fully healthy, excuse me. Thank you, DT. Much love. Remo says wind blowing out in San Francisco, but it's a swirling wind there. It doesn't play the same. Rocco says Colorado's not winning today. Guru Sportsbet says I wouldn't touch the over. I do like the Rockies, though. Everyone being on over the last 2. And yeah, the game concerns me. The game concerns me. I'm not sure exactly what to make of it. And I guess I'm going to hold off at this point. But right now, you're on the over 7.5 in Rockies, Giants, and the Padres full game. That's right.
Absolutely. And, this is a rough side of the sword to be on. 2 contrarian plays. This second one is basically a roulette play, 2 unders, got to get an over out of it. But, it's the time of season where everything is so volatile. You got to jump on it. It's been a lot of under games lately. it's time for it to go over, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find the money on the spots where there's volatility and change coming. So, and these two looks right here, although it goes against all my cappers in the chat, I'm right here with it. I'm comfortable being on this side of the sword, Jimmy.
I like it. And Big Ragoo says over is a good look, good BA, OPS, good batting average OPS versus both. Tom Marino says Rockies line always looks great on paper, but they don't hit consistently on the road. I like your looks. I'm hesitant. I'm not going to make a move on the Rockies-Giants game as of yet. Still have about 10 or 15 minutes of the show, so maybe I can make a change at some point. Big Boss, thank you so much for joining us. Big Boss on the Rockies and Giants over and the Padres full game. Big Boss, my guy, tell us about the contest, the DJ Big Boss contest, as it's made a big move recently.
Hey, the DJ Big Boss contest on the SBR forum is alive and well, and I need all my low bagger support to jump on over in there. And guess what? We're going to be this is a big boss affair, Jimmy. Just $200 cash prize sounds good on paper, but we got to juice it up. We got to do it, boss. I'm Cali, West Coast, so they adding a bounty to it, and everybody who places above me, they get extra 200 points for the SBR forum, but stay tuned because I'm in negotiations right now to up in some antes. Either we got to bring out some trophies, we're bringing out some gift cards or something, but we're definitely going to up the ante on this one. 200 is just not enough. We're going to make it happen over here. Whenever it got DJ Big Boss on it, it's got to stand alone and do its thing.
Hey, respect, man. Respect. Joe Anisi's been very successful in your contest. Big Roo says we are so proud of Big Boss on his graduation day. So proud of Big Boss. Big Boss, we love you so much on the show. Where can we find you on Twitter?
DJ BIGGBOSS. You can find me right there on Twitter. Anything you need with the contest, DM me or whatever. You have any problems. If you're not already on the SBR forum, when you get over to the SBR forum, you're going to go ahead and sign in. You're going to go to the contest, click in the DJ Big Boss, and right there is going to ask you for your account information. Go ahead, put your username, and you in there. And please, once you get in there, you got to represent low bag. Hit them with the hashtag low bagger, or hit them with something in the comments. Let them know that we alive and present on the SBR forum. We're here to turn this thing up.
I love it. I absolutely love it. There's our guy, DJ Big Boss. So we have $200 for prizes for the top two finishers, but Big Boss says we're gonna big it up. So we'll see what happens there. But right now we got cash, and hopefully we got trophies too. There's our guy, DJ Big Boss. Carlos Bros going one sauce only. Gonna have to get some more links. Big Boss may make another appearance this week. I'm hoping he makes another appearance this week. There's our guy, DJ Big Boss, in his plays. He's on the over in San Francisco, Colorado. He's on the Padres full game. Well, I'm close to making a move on the rest of those three dogs that we talked about. And I'm also on, right now, I'm on the Orioles first five at plus 102. So I've got some leans that I want to cash in here as actual bets. But first, let's bring in our next guest. Drew Martin in the house, who took care of the show on Monday. Thank you so much for that, Drew. How you doing on this Wednesday morning?
Jimmy, I'm doing good, man. Good to be on the show. And yeah, it was fun on Monday, man. The chat box was live. It was a good time. Nothing like when you're hosting it. I'm sure it was a drop off in production, but still, it was fun. And it's good to see you're alive, man. I'm not exactly sure what you were up to, but I really hope it was a fun time, man.
It was a wonderful time. Went to the beach, Drew. Went to the beach, a place I've not spent much time in the last 8 or 9 months or so. So it was very, very, very enjoyable. And thank you for covering my show. Which beach did you go to? Say what?
Which beach did you go to?
I went to Guanacaste. Took a little drive. About 4 hours, and it's fucking dope, man. Fucking dope.
In a car and everything from Costa Rica?
Yeah, man. I'm not afraid of renting cars, man. I'll rent a car in any country, man. No fear.
Good.
Yeah,
all right, man.
Yeah, dude. Well, let's get to work. I've got some leans I want to put into play, but I want to hear what you're on.
All right. Looking at this card, I like a couple games here. We got Tampa Bay, Minnesota, in the AL. Looks like minus 107 Tampa Bay, total at 9. And something I'm looking to take advantage of here is the Tampa Bay Rays. Horrible scheduling spot. Took advantage of it last night on Minnesota. The Rays scheduling right now, they went from Tampa to New York to play the Yankees, all the way out west to play Oakland, now back to Minnesota before heading back home. These next couple games, man, this is tough on a baseball team. I know that they do have Charlie Morton on the hill, and Charlie Morton is actually, is a pitcher that I'm not necessarily looking to fade. He's pitched well. He's pitched well on the road, pitched well overall. He's going up against Odorizzi, who has let up 8 earned runs in his last 2 outings. Both those outings were against Kansas City for whatever reason, went back-to-back against them. He is off extra rest, however, so he hasn't pitched since June 20th, so getting the full 5 days of rest, that bodes well for him. So I would look for him to bounce back and take advantage of that scheduling spot here, fading the Rays. I would look to fade the Rays, especially in the second half, but a second half of the game. But overall, full game, I like Minnesota here at the pretty much pick 'em price, Jimmy.
Yeah, it makes sense. Dom Ricci gave us a heads up weeks ago that the Rays were going to be in for a very difficult month with travel, road games, no days off, and he said fade them. I haven't done it enough, but the taint play of the day is the full game under. I have tailed that, and I decided to jump on the first 5 under as well. Guru Sportsbet says Odorizzi looked awful last 2 starts, very little control. One interesting thing was Dave L.A. faded Odorizzi last start with the Royals, and he's not doing it here, and he's close to taking Minnesota team total over, which correlates perfectly with your action. So I get that move, and I like that move. But let's keep rolling. There's lots of games we haven't got to. What else are you looking at?
Atlanta, Chicago. We got Keuchel. He's back. It's kind of a volatile handicap. I don't think anybody's 100% sure how to handle him. But going up against Darvish, we know that Darvish really overall this season hasn't been the Darvish of old. Keep in mind his age starting to come towards the downside of his career here, and having to lay near minus 130 on the Cubbies. It is in Wrigley Field. However, we just saw the Braves last night perform well. And Keuchel, keep in mind his ground ball rate now pitching in the National League. I think it bodes well. And here, coming out of the gate with him, I think we can catch some prices that aren't really indicative of how he's going to perform the back half of this season. So I'm looking to be on the Braves tonight over the Cubs.
Wow, that's interesting. I still don't trust Keuchel at all. I just feel like he needs to prove it to us at this point. But he got the big contract, and Darvish is such a Jekyll and Hyde pitcher. Do you know Darvish has just gone 10 straight consecutive no decisions? The first Chicago Cubs pitcher in the history of that franchise to have 10 straight no decisions. Last pitcher in the major to do that, Randy Lurch in 1977. Darvish also 0-2, 5.68 ERA, 3 career starts against Atlanta. Faced the Braves once this season, 3 runs in 4 innings. Did not look good. That was very early in the year. Interesting. That's an interesting look because I was kind of leaning towards the Cubs, and I was also leaning towards first 5 team total over against the Cubs. One interesting look from this market right now is that Pinnacle is taking it down to a 9, while all the other books are at 9.5. Pinnacle's already hanging a 9 going on the bottom. Joe and Easy says, going against you on that, Drew. I was kind of leaning to the Cubs, but now I'm going to maybe take a pause. Dave Elliott says Keuchel couldn't handle Nationals. No way. He goes well versus the Cubs. Mr. Spectacular says Darvish sucks at home. Torino says this looks like a good part for Keuchel. Big part. Cubs haven't seen him much. Cubs bullpen is still trash. Interesting. That's an interesting look. And Dave Elliott's on Cubs first 5 run line, first 5 team total over. See, that's more along the lines of what I was thinking. It's backing the Cubbies early here and expecting Keuchel to struggle a bit out of the gate, and you're on the other side.
Yeah, but then Jimmy, you're back in Darvish, who you've talked about, is not necessarily lights out pitcher this year, going against the Braves that have a 150 weighted runs created plus number, the hottest team in baseball lineup wise the last 2 weeks. I don't know. It's a tough ask. It
is. Joe Yurkovich says Cubbies hit lefties, pissed away that game. But if you look at the Braves against righties, I mean, they're 263 with a 797 OPS. There's my guy Elio in the house. Love seeing that. Hunter Engelhardt says Braves rank 4th in the league and B against right-handed pitching. They smash balls when hitting in batters counts. So they're getting walks. They smash balls when hitting in batters counts. He's on the Braves as well, but first half. Interesting. Well, I'm not going to make a move there. So I've got Drew. Drew, is that an official player or is that a lean for you?
No, I'm on Atlanta. Pretty much. Plus 111. I think I actually bet it last night, and I got it at plus 111, I believe, at Bookmaker.
Interesting. David Alexis Darvish is at home is better than Keuchel's second game from spring training mode. Chip Plylar says, I think Dallas comes out rocking. Guru says, too early, I want to fade Keuchel one more game, then start backing him. And Hunter Engelhardt says, Darvish at home fade. Okay, I'm going to need a little bit more time on that game. Are you looking at anything else?
We do want to give a shout out to Matt Randall too. When I was on the show, he hit a plus 150 as his taint play of the day. Also, shout out to the guys in the chat box. And Jimmy, also want to tell you, man, I do have one more game, but hosting the show, dude, you have so much going on, with the chat box, with Rafa, next guest up, man. Props to you because it's hard work. But Mets, Phillies, Vargas versus Pivetta. Pivetta giving up 10 earned runs his last two starts. Not really looking to back him at all. That was against Atlanta and Washington. We have talked that the Atlanta lineup is hot, but the Mets lineup is getting healthier. They're hitting the ball. I'm telling you, don't just fade the Mets here. Vargas on the hill. He's not let up more than 3 earned runs in any start since April. So, he's not going to mow down the opposing lineup, but he's changing his speeds well coming from the left side. I'm looking to bet on Vargas a lot more than fade him. The Phillies have kind of come out of their slump here, but still, I think there's value going against Pivetta, who's not in good form right now, being on Vargas, who is, and this Mets lineup is underrated in my opinion. So catching a plus price here with the Mets, I like them. I bet it.
I get it, but it feels like you almost have to take them first 5 if you wanted to do this. This bullpen has a 7.44 ERA in June. Vargas, though, he left that last start against the Cubs because of cramping, but he's looked good, and he's always looked good against Philadelphia. Tormino says the ball's carrying a lot at Citizens Ballpark. It's over 90 degrees. Great environment for the over. Let's see what we're looking at odds here. Full game, money lines, and totals for this Vargas spot. Happy that you brought up this game. The total's at 10.5. And Pivetta opening at minus 127, a 23-cent move towards the Phillies and Pivetta. 23-cent move. Joe Yurkovich says big over here in Philly. Hunter Engelhardt says Pivetta is a clown show. I like Mets as well, Drew. Wow, MLB says Vargas is good. Dave LA says Mets is a fade team. I'm sorry, Phillies sweep. They take advantage of Mets team issues and chemistry. Wow, Melvin Betances, New York Mets full game overs being cashed and keep riding. Mally Mal Phillies sweep. Hunter Engelhardt says Phillies pen is trash. Used Morgan and Neris last night. No good arms left in Phillies pen. Wow, this does sort of start screaming at you to take the over, doesn't it?
Yeah, Mets overs. I know you said one commenter said the Mets overs have been a streak with that lineup getting healthier. For whatever reason, they're seeing the ball. I wouldn't talk you off Mets overs either.
Yeah, and even like a second half over. Tormina says Vargas left his last start and he hasn't looked good his last 2, but he leans Mets. Tormina says Phillies have hit Vargas. Wow. It seems like the over is the play to make. And what it's the weather tonight, 87 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 6 miles per hour out to right center. Jorge Don't Play says Philly just got swept by the Marlins. Let's see how they hit against lefties. Phillies are hitting 260, 782 OPS versus lefties. Mets are hitting 247, 743 OPS versus righties. Robinson Cano not hitting for the Mets, but everybody else is. I'm fine. I can make this. I can jump on this over with you guys. That seems to make a lot of sense to me. I mean, it's a high number for a reason, 10.5. And Russell Gordon says only bet is over. So I'm going to jump on that over. I can understand why you're making your move with the Mets, but I don't want to go against this market move. And I do think the Phillies could be in a spot to sweep, but I'll take the over 10.5 and minus 109. That's available at Pinnacle. Okay, I'm going to drop it right now. Full game. Over 10.5, minus 109 at Pinnacle. Beautiful, beautiful. We only have a few more minutes. Is there another game you want to speak on?
Those are the 3 games I'm involved with, and I think I might add here to the over, like the chat box and you were saying, Jimmy. There's a lot pointing to this over, too. Can't believe I missed that.
Yeah, it seems like a nice look. I'm looking forward to hammer this as soon as this show's over. All right, let's keep rolling. So there's a game that I really want to talk about. Rangers, Tigers here. Minor versus Boyd. 86 Fahrenheit, cleared, 10 miles per hour, out to left center. A beautiful night in Detroit. Speaking of our Matt Randall, he's going to be at the ball game tomorrow at Comerica. Just a spectacular place to watch baseball. And here we go. Rangers, Tigers. Let's see what we're looking at for this spot. Minor, Boyd. So Minor opening at minus 110. There's been a 5-cent move towards Boyd and the Tigers. This total at 8.5 was juiced to the over and still is no movement on the total here. Dave LA says Phillies team total over as well. Might be a spot to double up. Full game over here and Phillies team total over. I'm just going to write Dave LA here. Dave LA. Okay, there we go. Okay. Russell Gordy says, ask him about the early games. I am, because I'm going to lock in my dogs. I am. I just wanted to get to a couple more games before we do that. This one being Rangers, Tigers. Tigers lost 5 straight overall, 18 of their past 20 at home. They're playing bad. Boyd off a couple bad starts. And I still like his stuff. And I know that Rangers are getting healthier, but they still have trouble hitting lefties. Miners won back-to-back. He has a 1.93 ERA in his past 4 starts. Miners being good on the road this year, 3-2, 3.04. MLB says Boyd is disappointing. They have Joey Gallo back. You have a feel or an angle on this Rangers-Tigers spot, Drew?
I just said I'm not really interested in betting Detroit. You bring up Comerica as a great place to watch baseball, and it is, but this Detroit Tigers team is not very good in my opinion. So at this price, pick 'em. I would look towards Texas, especially the fact we got Mike Minor, the former first-round pick. He's pitching well this year. I mean, granted, this is a game I have not bet as of now, but if you made me bet it, I'm just not interested in betting the Detroit Tigers at this stage of the season, Jimmy. I find it hard to make money on teams, that are bottom realm teams in MLB right now. So if you made me bet it, I would be on Texas. Pretty much pick 'em price here. Maybe you could find a plus price on them. But, I would back Mike Minor, who's pitching pretty decently this year.
Elio said this line should be Rangers minus 140. What do you think about the under? Because this Rangers team, with all their big bats, they don't hit lefties well. They're hitting 239 with a 728 OPS versus lefties. It's like you take a lot of the power or you take a lot away from Gallo and Mazzaro when you put a lefty on the mound. And this is at 8.5, sitting at 8.5 right now. Do you have any interest in the under?
No real strong opinion on the total. These are two teams, granted, I haven't been involved with a lot. And if you made me bet it, I agree with the commenter. As far as Texas, it should be near, minus 120, minus 130, minus 140 might be a little aggressive. But, I think Texas as a side is the way I would play this game.
Yeah, I hear that. Cobra Sports saying there's some reverse line movement in that game in favor of Detroit. I don't understand why. Matt Randall saying Gallo 2 for 5 off Boyd with a homer and 2 RBIs. Guru Sports Bets liking the first inning, no score. And Joe Yurkovich liking the under, but only at 9. Let's quickly talk about your Marlins in an interesting spot with Zach Gallen, who had spectacular numbers in AAA New Orleans and had a fine first start in his debut June 20th at Busch Stadium. 1 run, 5 hits, and 5 innings. It was great. Marlins have won just 2 of their last 11 at home. Corbin's not looked good on the road, but when he plays against the Marlins, he looks good on the road. So Corbin has not exceeded 5 innings in any of the past 4 road starts. So he's being just torched, but he had that complete game shutout, I believe. I don't have the numbers, but he had a great start against this Marlins squad of recent. Let's just see what we're dealing with full game and totals here with Corbin. So Corbin opens up at minus 168, a 26-cent move towards the Marlins, and this total at 7.5. You have any feel for this one?
Yeah, I mean, I like Gallen. The Marlins are putting out arms, not only in their major league team, their minors, when they're pulling guys up, they're performing well. Whatever it is they're doing with their pitchers in their organization, it's obviously working. Corbin coming from the left side, the Marlins struggle against lefties. They struggle, ultimately that's their weakness, is their lineup and producing runs, but still grabbing a big plus price here. You make me bet this one. I'm betting the Marlins as well, but we've talked about this before. I like betting the Marlins, plus 150 and above. I think that's the way to make money on this team, just because they're a volatile team. Their starting pitching is good. However, they can get blown up, and their lineup can go long stretches without producing runs. So, I'm looking more at the plus 160 and above range with the Marlins, getting them here, plus 130. I think long term, that's a tough way to make money with them. But if you made me bet it, I would be on the Marlins, Jimmy.
Yeah, and I was interested in the under. Joe Yurkovich saying Corbin is not right. Very much like Snell. And Dave LA's on that first inning, no score. I like that look too, but maybe Joe Yurkovich is bang on here saying something's not right with Corbin. Maybe I should.
Yeah, that's something that would keep me off the under, because the Marlins could get after him.
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Ziggy was leaning under 2. Chris Kaiser saying line too good on Nats, not to go Miami. Okay, so then there's this. I wish we could have a little more time on this show, but we've got to a lot of these games, which makes me feel good enough to move forward on this. One last game, though, before I just lock in some of these dogs on the early slate, is this A's game against the Cardinals. When I think of Mengden, I think he's going to get touched. And I know Wainwright's better at home, but I think he's going to get touched. I was waiting for this market to arrive because this game wasn't being posted. No one was putting up lines and totals because I guess they didn't know if Mengden was going to start or not. And so Mengden looked bad in the majors. Then he goes back to Vegas, and he has a 6.10 ERA in 2 AAA games. I think Mengden gets touched here. And I was like, man, I'm going to hit this over when it comes out. But then the over comes out at 10 and is immediately bet down to 9.5.
And that's scaring you because the market's going against the over?
Yeah.
I mean, how I view that, you think of Mengden thinking he's going to get touched. I could see that, not performing well in the minors either. When I think of him, I think of that mustache, and I always want to try to bet on him because of it. But you're right, both pitchers not necessarily putting up great numbers. I look to bet on the A's more than not. I like their lineup. Also, man, I'm with you on the over. I could just because the struggles on both starting pitchers to date, and I like this A's lineup, and the Cardinals lineup has gotten better of recent. So at 9.5, heck, it might be a buy low opportunity on it, Jimmy.
Pinnacle actually opened it up at 9.5. I didn't know that. So it opened up at 9.5, but from Pinnacle. Bet Online opened it at 10 though, and it lasted at 10 for 1 hour until it was bet down to 9.5. And even so it gets bet down to 9.5, and then 16 minutes after that, it goes, more money coming in on the under, even at 9.5. I'm just not going to succeed going against those moves. I'm just not going to succeed. Shout out to my guy Walla Walla Dose in the house. Guru Sportsbet says Mengden is bad. Get on the over, no fear. Mally Mal over in, yeah, I get it, but it concerns me. I'm going to have to leave it as a lean right now. It's just the only way that I can handle it properly. Dave L.A. says first 5 over is a good bet. I agree, but I just don't understand why then would the market be. Let's see what the market's done with the first 5 total. First 5 total, A's, Cardinals. Here we go. Yeah, it was juiced to -1, so there's been a no move at all. First 5 over, 5.5. Okay. That may be a move that I make, here, but I'm gonna wait on it. And Russell Gordy says St. Louis over is the only play. That's what I was thinking too, Russell Gordy. But why is the market going against me? Guru Sports says Wainwright going to get rocked. Okay, I'm gonna just go to the over with an L. Okay, now we've got to go. I'm sorry the show's gone on too long, Drew, but I am extremely interested in something that Russell Gordy was talking about, and I was backing the dogs in these first 3 games. First 5 only. Blue Jays at plus 241. I'll have to see if the market's moved. Royals, I didn't even write down what the Royals price was. And the White Sox at plus 280, and I'm going to do it. I think if we can just get one, we're in profit town, especially if it's White Sox or Jays. And the Jays are playing good baseball right now. The Yankees won't have Stanton in the lineup. I love Thornton's work of late, and I'm going to jump on these big, giant dogs right now. That's my plan to do right now. What do you think of that move?
Man, roll the dice. I like it, especially the Blue Jays play. You touched on that one. The Blue Jays are playing well. Thornton on the hill. And the Yankees, however, they have been able to work through injuries a lot this season. They did get another one last night with that whatever happened with Stanton on third base. But, yeah, I would look towards the Blue Jays. What, near plus $2, huh?
Plus 280. White Sox, first 5. Let me just make sure that, sorry, my computer's doing some funky thing right now. First 5. At Bookmaker, plus 280. I'm locking that in. And then I get 2 cents more now. I get plus 243 for the Jays. I'm going to lock that in, Jays. So that's no longer a lean. That's a bet now. White Sox first 5 at 280. And then this Jays is no longer a lean, and I get 2 cents more at plus 243. And then I'm also taking the Royals first 5 here. Let's see what I get here. First 5 money line with the Royals. I'm getting a plus 180. That is at 5 times. And I'm locking that in right now. First 5 at plus 180. There we go. This is extremely exciting. It's going to make for a huge, huge afternoon for me. I'm already on Orioles first 5 at plus 102. And I am not going to get a chance to back this Dodger squad in Tony Gonsolin. And I watched interviews on Gonsolin. I watched a lot. His fastball is plus. They absolutely love his fastball. Said already he's got a major league fastball. 9th round pick out of 2016 was last year's Dodgers minor league pitcher of the year. And I'm going to back these Dodgers. The only thing is, will I get a better number when they announce that Anderson's not in the lineup? And Turner's not in the lineup. I bet you I will. So I'm going to take the Dodgers, but I'm going to tweet it out. Because I just expect when they release the lineups with no Justin Turner, I'll get a slightly better number. And I'm going to take the Dodgers first 5 and full game. And probably I'm going to have to decide for whether I want to take them on the run line because I may do that as well. All right, so going over my action one more time. Why don't we get Drew? Drew, can you go over your action one more time and let us know where we can find you on Twitter?
Yeah, I like that too because Bellinger got the day off, so last night, so he shouldn't get the day off today. So no surprise day offs for the Dodgers big bats. As far as my card goes, New York Mets plus big price, got Atlanta plus price as well. And then Minnesota as well at pretty much a pick'em price. So 2 dogs and a pick'em here for me at Drew Martin Bets on Twitter. Feel free to follow me. Love being on the show, Jimmy. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, 11:45 Eastern time. Also closing line on the SBR YouTube channel Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern with Ian Cameron. Jimmy, shout out to you, man. Your job is tough. Did it for one day. Lot going on. You make it look easy. So thanks for having me, man, and best of luck with your bets.
Thank you for covering, man. Just nothing but rave reviews from your Monday. And this show is only special because of our chat. They make it so special, and they loved having you on. So thank you for doing such a great job. This is my action. I'm on the White Sox first 5 at plus 280. I'm on the Blue Jays first 5 at plus 243. Joe Yurkovich liking the first 5s that are within the division. So liking the Jays spot and liking the Royals first 5 at plus 180. Then I'm on the Orioles first 5 at plus 102. Red Girl also on the Dodgers first 5. And Elio Topset says White Sox over. White Sox won on the -1 first 5 is top play for our guy Elio. I'm going to be taking the Dodgers first 5 in full game, but I think I can get slightly better when they announce that Turner's not in the lineup. There's my guy, Dave Berkey. Like it. Like seeing Berkey in the house. And then, so those are that's my action on the early games. On the late games, I'm on the Mets-Phillies full game over 10.5. And I believe that's it. I think it's just leans really at that point. Oh, no, I tailed Matt Randall's taint play of the day. Let me just get to it. So I tailed the full game under 9, Rays, Twins at -110. I'm also on the first 5, under 5 at -115. That is my action. Lamont Williams, max bet, Orioles first 5 and the money line. Dave LA's on the Phillies -1, Orioles first 5 money line, Cubs first 5 team total over, Rockies first 5 run line, Nationals, Marlins no run first inning. That may be a play that I tail. Rod Zawacki's on Rockies money line, Texas money line, Braves money line, Dodgers money line, Yankees money line, and Dave LA saying take the Indians to win the Central at 10-1. He did it on Monday for $50 to win 500, and I think that's a great idea from our guy Dave LA. Much love to all you guys. Let's have a profitable afternoon. Come back in the black for the late show. Thank you to our guests Drew Martin and DJ Big Boss Leche. Hey, those bookmakers!